A Worldtimer is, in my humble opinion, one of the most convincing watch types, because it shows time in its essence in form of a globe. Time is connected to places and distances, and here you see it. The Swiss brand Frederique Constant has a Worldtimer in its lineup for over a decade now, but the latest version was a pretty baroque thing, for many tastes too busy and with 42mm case diameter too big. Now the brand has created a new Worldtimer in collaboration with the crowdfunding platform Watch Angels, and spoiler alert, it's great. Let's go over the basics and then into detail. The Frederique Constant Worldtimer Manufacturer Limited Edition is an automatic watch with a case diameter of 40.5mm and a length of 47. The height is 13.4 and the lug width 20. The watch has a sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating, a regular crown, and is waterproof up to 50 meters. Movement is the in-house caliber FC718 that operates at 28,800 beats with a power reserve of 38 hours. The watch comes on a calf leather strap for 4,490 Swiss francs, or the same amount in euro, or 4,980 US dollars. The edition is limited to 718 pieces, number of the movement, and will be available from March 13 on. Alright, what did they do? Here you see the old Worldtimer on the left and the new watch on the right. As said, it is smaller but also reduced by its functionality. The massive date subdial is gone, and also the distinctive night-day marker in form of a white stripe. So the mission here was pretty clear, reducing the watch to its core without creating something boring. We have a very attractive blue dial with the sunburst effect in the inner segment and two little objects there to mark the day and night segments. The sun in gold and the moon in steel, and here we must dive into detail. Note that the sun is a very attractive high polished golden object, whilst the moon has a sandblasted part to create the impression of a crescent moon. And here you also can see the delicate finishing of the dial. For example, note that vinyl structure on the minute track and the complex indices. Also the hands are way more complex than we know at first glance. This, dear friends, is a pretty strong view. Now let's zoom out a bit to examine the case. It is not only reduced but completely redesigned. We have a generous bezel, high polished, relatively short lugs, brushed, and a very functional crown. Next part, movement. The FC718 comes with handsome decorations, but the most important information is that we have a true Worldtimer here. In a 4-minute video I cannot explain this topic entirely, but you should know that there are two Worldtimers out there. One is basically a GMT watch with cities on the dial, and the other is a true Worldtimer. Very complex thing, and therefore Frederique Constant states that you can operate this watch with the crown alone. So no additional pushes, which is hard to do, which is rare. And this leads to the price. We're close to the 5K mark. But in fact, for a watch with the mentioned features, this is pretty reasonable and conservative. You will not find so many competitors in that tier. And so as said, it is important that you know exactly what you get for this price to understand it. And so, bottom line, another very strong piece from a brand that should be on every watch lover's radar. And that's all for this episode. Thank you very much, and see you next Monday to Watch of the Week.